In the midst of life's bustling chaos, envision yourself at a crowded restaurant during its peak hours. In the bustling ambience of a crowded restaurant during its busiest hours, where clattering dishes meld with overlapping conversations and the hurried movements of waitstaff. There exists a moment of serenity. It's that fleeting instance when your meal arrives, and as you take that first, savory bite, the cacophony of noise fades into the background. The flavors dance upon your palate, capturing your senses entirely, drawing your undivided attention. This single point of focus amid distraction illustrates what it means to be still. To center our minds and hearts on God despite life's chaotic environment. Today we delve into the transformative power of stillness, anchoring our trust in God's promise that God will fight for you. According to Psalm 46 verse 10, we are beckoned to be still and know that I am God. In this exploration, we uncover the transformative power of being still, trusting in God's perfect timing, and recognizing His sovereignty over our lives. This directive not only encourages us to embrace stillness, but also beckons us to recognize God's sovereignty and anticipate His glory, which transcends our immediate challenges. Let's embark on a journey of spiritual rejuvenation, understanding, and empowerment. For when we express gratitude, we acknowledge the sovereignty of the divine, affirming His benevolence and provision in our lives. Jeremiah 29 verse 11 echoes in the chambers of our hearts, reassuring us that His plans for us are forged in love, guiding us through the labyrinth of existence. Gratitude anchors us in the present moment, freeing us from the shackles of the past and the anxieties of the future, allowing us to dwell fully in the embrace of now. In Exodus 16, amidst the wilderness of uncertainty, God provided manna, sustenance for the Israelites, each dawn. This daily provision serves as a testament to His faithfulness, a reminder to trust in His unfailing grace. Like the Israelites, let us gather the blessings strewn along our path each day, embracing the manifold gifts bestowed upon us by the divine. The biblical concept of being still might seem counterintuitive in our fast-paced world. However, biblically, stillness isn't about idleness, but rather about creating space for God in our lives. It's an intentional quietude, a purposeful pause, wherein we listen for God's guidance and entrust ourselves to His will. In this pursuit of stillness, we discover not only soul refreshment but also a redefinition of success, one that aligns with God's priorities rather than worldly standards. It's a shift in perspective where success is measured not by worldly standards, but by the depth of our relationship with God and alignment with His purposes. Moreover, stillness fosters an environment where our spirits thrive, unshackled from the burdens of relentless schedules and the clamor of consumer culture. In these moments of tranquility, we gain clarity and perspective, discerning what truly matters in life. It's akin to the story of Mary and Martha, where Mary's choice to be present and attentive to Jesus over busyness was commended by Him. True stillness involves calming not just our physical surroundings but also our inner selves. It's about silencing the noise of our thoughts and worries to focus solely on God's voice. In these moments of tranquility, we position ourselves to hear God more clearly and see our situations from His perspective. The story of Mary and Martha illustrates the value of prioritizing our spiritual well-being over the distractions of daily tasks. Furthermore, embracing stillness cultivates patience, a virtue essential in our instant gratification culture. Waiting on God can be challenging, yet Scripture repeatedly shows that God honors those who wait patiently for Him. We learn to wait on God's timing, understanding that His plans unfold in His perfect rhythm. This patience, honed through stillness, deepens our communion with God, making us more receptive to His guidance and attuned to His voice. Examples from the lives of Abraham, Joseph and David demonstrate the profound blessings that come from trusting in God's timing. In the quiet of stillness, we find spiritual rejuvenation, akin to physical rest. It's essential for maintaining our spiritual vitality and aligning our hearts with God's purposes. Cultivating a habit of stillness transforms our spiritual lives, enhancing our sensitivity to God's guidance and increasing our receptiveness to divine interruptions. Through stillness, we tap into the peace that surpasses understanding, anchoring ourselves in the knowledge of God's sovereignty. Trusting in God's timing is integral to our spiritual growth and peace. While the world demands quick solutions and instant results, God's timing often involves periods of waiting and silent growth. It requires faith, a faith refined and proven in the waiting. Just as Joseph's rise to power came after years of endurance and trust in God's timing, so too, our faith is strengthened through patience and reliance on God's sovereignty. Trusting in His timing requires deep faith, refining and proving our trust during periods of waiting. Acknowledging God's sovereignty brings inner peace and assurance. It shields us against despair and fosters compassion for others. Living with an awareness of God's sovereignty allows us to face life's uncertainties with confidence, knowing that He is in control. Moreover, embracing God's timing transforms our perspective on delays and denials. We learn to value the present moment, recognizing God's hand in our circumstances. Even amidst life's storms, acknowledging God's sovereignty brings inner peace and strength. In conclusion, embracing stillness, trusting in God's timing, and recognizing His sovereignty are essential aspects of our spiritual journey. They enable us to hear God's voice, align our lives with His will, and navigate life's challenges with faith and grace. As we cultivate these virtues, we become vessels of God's peace and instruments of His glory in the world. So let us embrace stillness, trusting that in our quiet surrender, God indeed fights for us, guiding us with His unfailing love and wisdom. As we do so, we embark on a journey of profound spiritual growth and an ever-deepening relationship with our Creator. This journey of stillness and trust invites us to surrender control, relinquishing our anxieties and fears to the faithful hands of God. It's a continuous practice, a daily commitment to pause amidst life's whirlwind and anchor ourselves in the assurance of God's sovereignty. As we do, we find solace in His presence, strength in His promises, and hope in His unfailing love.